Can you see the document, Keith?
I can see. I can see.
Okay, that's great. We're going to discuss assignment brief. So this is your assignment brief. These are the information about this SI unit, okay, and IV. And it is the introduction of the unit. There are some kind of the general information about university or UK university. Then the submission format. In the submission format, it is telling about what kind of the font size you are going to use and formatting of the document. And it is mentioning the word limit. Your this document should have an assignment. Word limit should be between 2,500 to 3,000, but there could be plus or minus 10%. I mean, 10% word limit can be less or 10% word limit can be maximum. So between 0 to 10%, you have a flexibility to increase or decrease the word limit. You won't be penalized, okay? Then this referencing, you will be using Harvard referencing, okay? And it is just giving you the information. Then what kind of the sources you can use. Some sources are not credible and some sources are credible. You must read this one before using that one. So, but they mention you need to use Google Scholar, okay? If there are any website or article where author name is not mentioned, don't try to use those website or or those sources because they won't be considered credible sources. Then there is the plagiarism policy, and there is the academic misconduct policy available on Moodle. Just read that one before having your assignment. There is the list of the textbook which you can use, read to do this assignment, and there are some kind of website user consultant website also. So this assignment is into two. So this is the first part. We have outcome for this unit. Part of assignment is based on student outcome. So without wasting your time, I will scenario. Okay. So into this, there are for your role manager of your um, is asking you to give management to your new deputy manager. You need to use a report as you're going to create. You're going to write, you're going to produce. So what you're going to include in a report, you're going to outline an overview of the organization's operation. You will need to examine and explain the relationship between functional departments and how this add value to the operations. Using a pestle or SWOT analysis, you must analyze the supply chain factors that impact on operations within the business. You're also required to explain how operations support the organization long-term strategy and system processes and tools used to manage this to add value to the organization. So basically, whatever we have covered in LO1 and LO2 PowerPoint slide, your tasks are based on that thing, okay? These are the point you are going to add in your report, okay? We will discuss these points in detail. Basically, this is your assignment, what you will be doing. Before discussing this point, I just want to tell you this is your grading criteria. Your work will be assessed against this criteria. Okay, so there is a learning outcome number one. So what there are the three words: pass, merit, or and distinction. Okay, so if you want to pass, you need to make sure P1, P3 to the criteria. If you want to do this assignment, okay, you want to achieve pass, you need to put all these P1 up to P1 from one meet the requirement of all these criteria. Okay, so learning outcome one or learning outcome to both include. This criteria is taken from or based on both learning outcomes. Okay. If you want to achieve merit, then first you need to meet all the criteria of pass. Then you need to meet the criteria of merit. To meet the criteria of merit, you need to meet all the criteria of merit. So there are two criteria, M1 and M2. Similarly, you will be using the same practice for distinction. First, you need to meet all these pass criteria and merit criteria. Then you meet to all distinction criteria. So it's your choice where you want to stand or what do you want to achieve. You just want to achieve the pass, you want to achieve merit, and you want to achieve distinction. Is that clear, Keith? Is it
Yeah,
clear?
it's clear. It's clear.
Okay, fine. So I just made a document. I'm not going to read these points. So these are the 10 points, okay? Uh, Wherever I mentioned the P, okay, it means these are the criteria you must need to complete or meet for the pass. Wherever I mentioned M, you need to meet these criteria for merit. And wherever I mentioned D, it means you need to meet these criteria to achieve D. But first you need to, your focus should be on P. At least you need to pass assignment. Then you can progress toward merit and distinction, okay? So I can share this assignment brief because I just converted into Word document and I added these information myself. In your assignment brief, you won't find these information. Okay. So these one I created the document where I just explain quickly what you are going to do in each section. Okay. Stop sharing this document. Okay. Mm, It should be another document. Yeah. Can you see this document? Assignment explanation part 1 report. Can you see this document, Keith? Hello? Anyways, uh, you need to do this assignment. What you need to do first point is introduction to the organization. You are just giving the contextual overview of the company. Okay. So what the company is, you can mention is history, mission, and values highlight the scope of operation in the food service industry. Okay. This might also include overview of its target market, geographic presence, and brand. Then you are going to mention the purpose of the report for what you are going to create this report. So just you are giving uh, explanation or introduction of your organization, okay? Then explanation of the operation manager's roles and responsibilities. You can mention, you can explain what kind of the responsibility operation manager has to perform and the scope of management. So in this part, you are going to explain how the operation managers interact with other department like HR, marketing, and supply chain, and aligns operational goal with the organization broader strategic objective. Because this is part operation management's responsibility role. He to perform the duties. Respons- These are the responsibility you will do, and then you do the management uh, with when he has jobs, okay, and operation management goal with the organization goals, okay. You can mention some kind of the skill, what kind of the skill they needed, okay. If you don't want to mention tools, it is up to you because it's not part of the grading criteria. But you can mention key responsibilities and scope of management there. And you need to mention that you are using the case study of, you are using Harvester company to conduct your assignment. So whatever you will be doing, you are doing from the for the harvester organization, or explaining your when you will be explaining concept, you will be connecting the dot with the harvest company. Okay. Then explanation of the core operational activities within the organization. You need to, Keith, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, anyways. So explain, there is the third part, point number 3, explanation of the core operational activities within the organization. So you need to see what kind of the core activities are performed in the harvester, okay? And you identify the essential operational activities there, whatever those activities are. Then operational systems. You would also discuss system like inventory management, workflows, customer protocol, quality control system, etc. And they are in their operation. You process flow, because just function, and maybe you need to integrate what kind of the system they are using to perform these operational activities, and what kind of the workflows are included to perform these core operational activities. So you can include all these points. So you need to check what kind of the process flow, operational system, and core activities exist in the harvester. Okay. So when you're attempting, you are doing this assignment from for the harvester organization. Okay. Can you hear me, Keith? Part 4 is analysis of the role and effectiveness operations management across a range of sectors. Now you are going to discuss the role of the operation management. Okay, in this sector, across a range of sectors. Okay, for this one, you are going to make a comparison of the different sector. So you should compare harvester operation management with those of other sector. It could be manufacturing or retail sector. So you can discuss operation management in restaurant industry. Then you can management operation management in manufacturing industry, for example, and then retail industry. So you can discuss 3 sector or 2 to 3 sectors, okay, to highlight the similarity and differences. So you can see where you can find the similarities in operation management, the sector, and in the sector operation find objective processes and challenges, what kind of the objective all the organizations have, what kind of the processes all these different sectors have, and what kind of the challenges these different sector has. Then you need to check the effectiveness. First you are going to analyze the role, and then you are going to assess the effectiveness of the operation management. To check the effectiveness, you need to assess how operation managements contribute to cost control, customer satisfaction, and efficiency across different sectors. So in each sector, what are they are focusing through the operation management? Through the operation management, what they want to achieve? They want to achieve controls. They want to improve cost. They want to enhance customer satisfaction or efficiency. Okay, so for each section, you need to check the effectiveness of operation management. So maybe these control, customer satisfaction, efficiency is mentioned in the objective of the organization, or it is reflected through their processes. So you need to identify, you need to check what those organizations are looking for. From that perspective, you need to check if their operations are helping to control the cost, to enhance the customer satisfaction, or to enhance the efficiency of the processes. If yes, then it is effective. If not, then it is not. Okay. Then their operation management is not working in efficient way. Then you're going to discuss the contribution of effective supply chain to the organization. Okay. Okay. So this is also in this part. For this part, first of all, you are going to give the overview of the supply chain overview. You are explaining the role of supply chain management at Harvester, including you can include procurement of food, beverages, and non-food items, whatever the item required in or supply required in your selected organization harvester. Okay, from that perspective, first you are going to give a little bit overview what the supply chain management is. Then you are going to discuss from the harvester perspective, I mean what kind of the function they are performing, for example procurement beverage of foods or non-food item. Okay, then you will be discussing impact on operations. You're going to analyze efficient supply chain support. So you're going to make the analysis from the perspective if your supply chain is efficient, then it must be supporting to control the cost. It will be um, ensuring product availability and consistency in quality, which directly affect customer satisfaction and operational performance. So impact operation, you can discuss these element, and when you will be discussing these element, so it will be helping to make the analysis and how the supply chain management brings the impact on the operation. Then you can discuss some kind of the risk in supply chain management, and from the harvest organization perspective, you can see what kind of the problem they are facing. Maybe there is a supplier reliability issue. Then you can suggest what kind of action take or what kind of the appropriate strategy they are going use to deal with. Maybe then maybe they are contacting more than one suppliers, multiple suppliers. Okay, this way you are going to give the mitigate strategies. Now in point 6, you are going to critically analyze the relationship between effective operation management and the achievement of technical and strategic business goal of the harvester. So in the organization, there will be the strategic goals and there will be the tactical goals. Then you will be checking how the operation management, how the operations helping to achieve those goals through cost efficiency, through uh, um, cost reduction, through quality, or through efficiency in their performance. Okay. So, for example, when it comes tactical and strategic alignment, you should explain how operation management contribute to achieving tactical goals. Okay. Okay. Then strategic goals. So you will be explaining operations management contribution towards tactical goal. For example, how it is operations are helping to achieve monthly sales target or reducing wastage. Okay, for maybe through their through the operation management, maybe operation management is focusing on reducing waste. So maybe it is contributing toward the tactical goal. And okay, so 4.6, you need to mention how critically evaluate the effectiveness of operational strategies in aligning with the business goals using specific example from harvester's operation. So you will be assessing the harvester's operations, and then you will check how these operations are helping to achieve their tactical goal. Maybe their tactical goals are reducing waste. So you will give example that, for example, they are used they are preparing meals. They are reduce the waste. Maybe they are using any kind of the implementing any technique to reduce the wastage. So you are connecting then this one. We in operations like food preparation process, they are reducing the waste. Then you can link the dot that it is connecting with the tactical goal of reducing waste. Similarly, then you will be connecting the dot with expansion into the new market or improving sustainability. Maybe you can say harvesters are using uh, ethical sourcing. Okay, ethical sourcing for food, ethical sourcing like for packaging. Maybe they are serving the food in the paper plate, so they are not using the plastic. So then you can say this is how it is linking with the sustainability. So this is how you are going to make the connection between the operational support, making the connection between operations management to achieve the tactical and strategic goals. Okay. Then you are going to justify the impact of effective operation management and use of operational techniques. So here you will be using a different operational techniques. They mentioned you need to use inventory management, global and ethical sourcing, and other operational techniques. You can talk about lean management, total quality management, but these three are mandatory. At least you need to discuss these three techniques. So you are going to explain the importance of just in operation management. You're going to explain the role and the importance of global and ethical sourcing in operation management. Okay. Then you are going to discuss the impact on operation, how these techniques contribute to cost saving, sustainability, customer satisfaction, etc. You need to link. These are, I'm just giving you the example. If the other impacts are coming in your mind and when you are doing the research, you can add those impacts also, okay? Then you can provide a justification for why these techniques are effective in harvest context, okay? So provide the justification. This is effective for this reason, this is effective for that reason. So you will providing a justification. Okay. If you want, you can suggest some kind of the recommendation, how they could better trade in dynamic environment, considering changing customer demand, supply chain disruption, and technological advancements. Okay. So if there are any kind of the changes are happening there, maybe you can see what kind of the other techniques they can use to deal with these changes. Maybe changing customer demand, maybe customer are demanding healthy food, okay, veg food. So how they are incorporating these customer demand in their operation or operational techniques, okay. Maybe it could be in a good, you can connect with a global unethical sourcing, or maybe you can connect with the other operations. So you can include these things there. Okay. Okay. So device solution to given operations management problem using a range of techniques and analysis framework. Okay. So in this case, what you are going to do, you are going to first identify the problem. Okay. Identify key operational issue faced by harvester. So the given organization, harvester, you need to find out what kind of the problems they are facing. Okay, it could be supply chain disruption, it could be customer services delay, or it could be the meal quality. You can find what kind of the problems are existing there. Okay, maybe their processes are slow, processes are not working, whatever the problem is, they identify those problem, and then based on those problem, you should apply techniques like root cause analysis, Six Sigma or SWOT analysis to propose solution that can enhance operational efficiency. If there is a customer services delay, you need to check why the delays are there. So you need to read different kind of the technique. What is the Six Sigma? Read that one. Maybe it is helping with the reducing waste. So time waste is also part of the Six Sigma. So you can reduce the delays or using extra time. Okay, so you are using the techniques that way. And example, and we are giving example. For example, you can include a proposed solution to reduce food waste through improved inventory management, or you can optimizing workforce scheduling during peak hours. For example, we have identified two problems here. So how you are going to devising the solution for these one, and maybe you can connect these solution with these techniques. Maybe this scheduling of peak hours. You can use Six Sigma, root cause analysis. Okay, then you can connect these solutions with these techniques also. Okay, so this is how you are going to attempt this task. Okay, then you are going to praise the use of digital technologies for effective operational performance. For effective professional operational performance, we have studied how technology enhances or helps operational performance. Okay, from the harvester point of view, because it is the industry. So they use digital technology with requirement according to their see what kind of technology they are using in their restaurants, and how they are bringing the impact on their performances or on their operations. Okay, so there are some example of inventory, sorry, digital technology, and there is a there is how you're going to give explanation what kind of improvement or what kind of the impact they are bringing on the performance of their operations. So these are few examples, but you can dig more and you can add other technologies also. Okay, this now the 10 point number 10, evaluate different techniques and analysis framework used by operation managers to solve problem and achieve high operational performance. So we have covered many framework. Let me check quickly. It is in mm, 1 moment. Just give me a sec because I don't want to double check which techniques are these. Sorry. No, we are not going to discuss this one. We need line number 2, yes. So which part is saying, which slides are these? Yeah, 24 to 27. Yeah. Yes, so there are the different techniques we covered. For example, statistical quality control, standard operating procedure, key performance indicator, KPIs, TQM, management by objective, enterprise resource planning. Okay, so such kind of the techniques we have. We were yeah. So we covered different kind of the framework. I will give you the document where you can find the exact slide numbers. So, but anyways, it is from the LOC3. You can refer back to those slides and you can find we have covered these framework. So in this part, you should evaluate several techniques and analysis framework used in operation management. There is a KPI performance indicator and statistical performance control, SPCs, and many other total quality management. So you will be evaluating those techniques. Okay, you'll be explaining, you will be telling for what these techniques are used and how it is helping and contributing towards operation management performance, or how they help to solve the problems. Okay, from that perspective, you are assessing these tools. Then you will be discussing for effectiveness, what are the pros and cons are associated with those framework. Okay. And then you also can mention which one is suitable for the harvester, okay? Based on the industry, based on the size, and based on the goals of the harvester company, which tools are suitable to use. Okay, the last part, critically evaluate, uh, giving evidence-based recommendation, different techniques and frameworks used by operation managers to solve complex problem and drive organization performance. Okay. So over here, you are going to evaluate the key techniques, okay, based on their ability to solve complex operational problem at harvester. So you're going to use you are going to take few techniques like lean, just in time, okay, analysis. Then you are explaining how these tools are helping or you can use to solve the complex operational problems, okay? Because you are using a harvester company, then it will becoming easy for you. You will be focused on that company, and from the perspective of that company, you will be dealing with this question. From harvester perspective, what kind of the tool you can use and what kind of the tool has to deal with the complex problem of the operations of the operations, okay? Organization's operation. Then evidence-based recommendation, you would provide recommendations for improving operations, okay? And then you need to use, but it should be backed by evidence. When we say the evidence, you can take example from the case study. You can use some kind of the data to support the effectiveness of the techniques in achieving organizational objective or to resolve the issue. So maybe you are using reading some kind of journal and articles. You can give the reference of those journal and articles when you are providing recommendation for improving operation. Okay. If you are saying you need to use this technique, so you need to give us the evidence where it is mentioned that this technique is useful to resolve certain kind of the problem, and then you are providing the reference and citation of that reference. Okay. Okay, so you can see I have prepared this document also. For I have mentioned this is a document, I can name it uh, PPT reference. Okay, assignment 1 PPT reference. So there are some PowerPoint. I just indicated number of the PowerPoints and the topic of some topic, and I just then gave indicated the numbers there. You can go and you can go through these smart. These part will uh, uh, help you to uh, address or to attempt the tasks. Okay. So this is for the first part, and the first part of assignment is based on LOC 1 and LOC 2. Okay. So now we'll go back to assignment reference PowerPoint assignment explanation. Okay. So I will share this document also where you read how you are going to summarize these one and report writing approach. How I mean I just wrote this one for the student is structure should be clear. You are going to apply real world application, use of analysis framework, and evidence and references. So I just made these notes for you. I will share this document with you anyways. Okay. So it will help you. So this is not a hard and fast. You will be using the same techniques what is mentioned there. You can use, you can explore your techniques and you can add more techniques from there. Okay. Okay, so this is the second part of the assignment. The rest of the information are identical same. Okay. Apart from the word
Okay.
limit, for this document, the word limit is again 2,500 to 3,000. You have a margin of plus or minus 10% of the word limit. Okay, the rest of the things are same. Okay. And then learning outcome, it is going to, this assignment is based on learning outcome number 3 and learning outcome number 4. Now, quickly, I just explain the scenario. You are operation manager for a large international restaurant chain called Harvester. So, Keith, you need to bear in mind when you will be attempting assignment part number 1, part number 2, you will be using Harvester company. You're linking your answer or practices for Harvester. If you are, for example, you have to identify the operation management, you identifying the problem for operation management. Then you will solution for those operation management. If they're asking you to manage processes of company, then you will be identifying the core operations of harvester. Okay, and the same thing you will be doing for this part of the assignment. Your answer should be related to the harvester. Okay, so these are website, you can go there, you can find the information there. So you are going to prepare a continuous improvement plan to meet the target in the operation rule. You will then need to write a plan, CI plan, memo to circulate to all department, informing them about the strategic risk analysis, okay, which is to be conducted on operation function of harvester. This must identify and explain these points. So the memo you are going to create, it should be consist on these points. Okay, this is basically your assignment task. Okay, then again there is a grading criteria. You need to, for the pass, there is a P5, P6 until P8. You have to cover all these criteria to pass. If you want to reach merit, you need to cover these, and similarly you have to then achieve all the D's. Okay, but before achieving D's, you need to cover all these, meet all these criteria. Okay, so I will go to my explanation document which I created with you for you. Okay. No, not further explanation. Explanation. Can you see this document, assignment explanation part 2?
It doesn't just put, oh, I can see now.
You can see now. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So this is how you start your task. You're going to give the introduction to continuous improvement. Okay, this is not the part of your assignment, but it looks nice. You are starting your assignment or your task by introducing the topic. So this is your, here you are going to give the intro of the topic, what CI is, why it is important in the context of operation management, or why it is important for the organization. This is your actual task. Your task starts from here. Evaluation of a range of approaches to continuous quality improvement. Okay. So there are the different kind of the approaches you will be using. Okay. Okay, so there are in your assignment, in your PowerPoint slide, if you will go LOC3, so there are approaches to total quality management, just in time, lean management, quality cycle, statistical process control, and process architecture. There are many techniques you can use, some of the techniques from there, okay? And you can use those techniques from there. So what you're going to do, you are going to you will analyze those approaches to continuous quality improvement. that could be implemented within harvester operational management. So you can see, then you need to relate amongst from those techniques, which can be utilized in harvester operational management, because this is a restaurant industry. So you need to see which techniques are compatible there. So you will be using those techniques. Okay. So you will be explaining the purpose of each and how it is going to be aligned, or how it will be suitable for your organization. Then when you're coming an analysis, you are going to mention the strength, weaknesses, and how it could benefit for the organization. So this will reflect on the analysis part. So when you will be doing these things, so this will consider as analysis. Okay, strength, weaknesses, and how it can be suitable. Okay, going to prepare continuous improvement plan for harvester. Yesterday we just no, not yesterday. Is learning outcome number 3. So for task 3, you are going to prepare a continuous improvement plan. You will draft a practical CI plan. CI means continuous improvement. So you are going to prepare a practical CI plan tailored to the operational activities of harvester. Okay. So it should focus on the key areas where continuous improvement could lead to the tangible benefit. So you will be identify what are the key operations and key area of harvesters. Okay, you will be identifying those areas, and then you will preparing the continuous improvement plan for those area. For example, these could be the core area for of the harvester. You find out what kind of the specific objective they are setting for those key areas. Maybe they are want to reduce food waste. If you will go the website, they have mentioned some sustainability target or some targets. Okay, you can take the information from there. Okay, then according to that, you are going to mention key action. For example, they want to implement new inventory software. They want to optimize kitchen workflows to improve their processes. Okay, and to enhance organization performance. Then metrics of success. You are setting some kind of the metrics. What kind of the metrics you will be using? Maybe customer complaint. You want to reduce customer complaint by 10%, by 20%, improved operational efficiency in terms of reducing service time, customer service time, so fast customer service. Okay, preparation of food time is decreasing. So this is how you are going to make the plan, and the timeline for implementation. Then you are making the timeline for implementation of this plan. Okay, what will be the specific objective? What will be the key actions? Okay, what will be the metrics for the success to measure that success? Okay, timeline for implementation. Do you have any question from this part?
No question.
The fifth part is critique a range of total quality management approaches and techniques. Okay, so I think so. Total quality management approaches have we discussed previously? No, these are continuous quality improvement. Okay. So you will assess or analyze the different quality management methods and strategy by looking at their strengths, weaknesses, and overall effectiveness in helping the organization achieving its goal. In this case, your organization is harvester. So you will be connecting how those techniques, what are the strengths and weaknesses of those techniques, and how those techniques are helping harvester to achieve his goal. Okay. And you will determine how well each approach works, whether it will contribute to improving operations or meeting objectives. Okay, so you need to add this point also in your critique. Okay, if any approach is, if Even you can discuss from this perspective also, if harvester is using any techniques but that technique is not working well, you can even comment on that one. This approach is being used by the harvester and it is not performing well, it is not helping to contribute. They need to stop using this one, instead of they should use the other technique because blah blah blah, it is helping to bring the continuous improvement, or it will improve the operations or bring efficiency. So this way you can do the analysis or do critique. So then if you can remember, we techniques also, okay? You have point 5, use a CIP. Then again, you are going to produce another continuous improvement plan underpinned by theoretical concepts. So for this plan, you will be using these techniques: Taguchi loss function, Poka-Yoke, and Six Sigma approaches, and justify. So you must be using these three approaches and justify the solution with reference to cost benefit and understand performance harvest. So you will explaining these technique, and you will be telling how it is bringing improvement in your operations, and then you will be justifying the solution with then justification for should be from the reference of cost benefit and sustainable performance perspective. What kind of the cost incurring to use the solution, what kind of the benefit it is bringing if you are utilizing these techniques or bringing some solution to the organization, and then you are making the justification from sustainable performance. If you are using these techniques and implementing some kind of solution, how sustainable performance they are going to provide in your company. Okay, so you will be discussing from this perspective. Is that clear? Keith, is it clear?
It's clear, it's clear.
Yeah. So you will be doing these things. For each of these TQM techniques, you should justify why it would be suitable for harvest operation, as I explained, from cost benefit and long-term sustainable performance perspective. Okay. Now you are going to discuss the role of strategic risk analysis. Yesterday we done this part. You were identifying the risk, then you are prioritizing the risk impact, high, medium, low likelihood. Then you are coming up with some strategies. So we are talking about that part now. Discuss the role of strategic risk analysis and conduct SR for harvester. First of all, you are going to discussing the role and importance of SRA in operation management. Then you are conducting the actual SRA for the harvester. You are making the table kind of thing, and then you will be doing that thing. So the first part, discuss the role. You will explain the SR, okay, as a process. So what is this process? You can talk about it. Consists of these four parts: identifying, assessing, and managing the risk that could affect organization operations. And this might include external risk and internal risk. Maybe you can embed here the tools. You can say that we can use to assess the external risk, internal risk. We can utilize SWOT analysis, when you can use pestle analysis. If you will go LOC for PowerPoint slide, you can find, we discussed yesterday how we use pestle and SWOT analysis to identify external and internal risk. So you can embed SWOT and pestle framework here. Okay. Then you are going to make actual okay. uh, First you are going to explain SRA, then you are going to say why you can using this framework you can identify external and internal risks, and then you can maybe discuss more benefit of strategic risk analysis. How if you are utilizing this one, it will help, it will be helpful you to be proactive and to assess the market environment and to make your organization more agile and more flexible toward the changing environment, which can bring flexibility and which can bring stability in your performance, agility in your organization, and to respond to external changes in the environment, which will lead to sustainability and competitive performance of the organization. So you can discuss from that perspective also. Okay. So then the second part is you are going to conduct the actual SRA for your organization. One moment. My battery is running. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. To do this one, you will be using risk identification and risk mapping techniques. Okay. Where in the first column, you will be identifying the risk. Okay. Then second column, maybe you are mentioning the likelihood of the risk. Mapping part is maybe identification part, identify possible risk. So from the harvester perspective, you are identifying which risk exists there. Okay. Supply chain disruption, customer expectation, labor shortage, untrained staff. I mean, what else could be? Uh, dissatisfaction of the risk. The organization you identify those. Okay, then you are going to risk mapping. Prioritize risk based and likelihood. In one column, you likelihood, and you will be talking about the impact, and then last you're coming with mitigation strategy, how you deal with these solutions, these issues. Okay, those are your contingency plan or strategies to deal with those issues. The last part, last part. Okay, assess a range of contingency plan and strategies available to manage the organization and stakeholder risk. If you remember, we just discussed yesterday stakeholder expectation. If you are not meeting those expectations, that then it turns into risk. If you are not meeting the investors, uh, uh, then maybe they pull out, and then you will not have a sufficient risk. You will lose financial support. So this can be a risk. Okay. Similarly, you will be finding some kind of the risk exist in the organization and some risk associated with your stakeholders. Okay. Again, you can talk about the supply chain. Okay. And then you will, okay, assess a range of contingency plan and strategies available to manage the organization risk. Okay. Again, you need to first identify uh, risk. Okay. And then based on those risk, you are going to devise some contingency plan. Just wait a moment, what you can do. If you can see in this part, you are doing the same thing. Okay. You are identifying the risk. Okay. Number one. Number two, then you are mapping the risk. Okay. You are telling about the likelihood and impact. But in this part, you are not explaining you are not required to explain the mitigation strategies, how you are going to deal with how you are going to deal these risks, or how you are going to mitigate these risks. So in this part, whatever the risk you have identified in this part, and now you have already prioritized those risks, then add extend on the same part, and you can then devise a mitigation and contingency plan. How are you going to deal with these issues? But just make sure when you will be identifying in this part, make sure you are identifying the risk from within the organization and take some risks which are associated with your stakeholder also. Then you will be meeting the requirement of the task. Is it clear, Keith?
Yeah,
Is it?
it's clear.
Yeah. So instead of repeating, I mean, you are devising the mitigation strategies here, and you are devising mitigation strategies here, then it's going to be a redundant work. So these contingency plans should focus on minimizing risk and ensuring business continuity. Okay, when you minimize risk, it means it helps you to continue your business without disruption. The last part, you are going to critically evaluate the significance of SR for organizations operating in diverse and complex environment. Okay. So you are critically evaluating the importance of SR because it helps organization to work in diverse and complex environment. It helps them to continue. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We will conclude. Yeah, you will be evaluating the significance of SR in the context of your given organization in a dynamic and competitive restaurant industry because this is, I think, a global gen, and you can tell that it is working in a competitive environment. So it is working in diverse and complex environment, and it is a global organization, global chain organization. So it is working globally. So there are diverse dynamics. There are complex environment because different country, different places, it is facing different kind of environment. So it is definitely working in complex environment and diverse environment. So you can discuss some point. For example, you can discuss the product proactivity. When you're working in diverse environment, complex environment, you need to adopt proactive approach. So how conducting regular SR can help harvest to anticipate and prepare for risk, especially in fast-paced, customer-focused environment. Okay. So how you can we do? Over here, you can use the pest and sort analysis. When you are using the pest analysis, it can help you to anticipate the changes in the external environment well in advance. So then you can use proactive approach to meet with the changing preferences or the changing dynamics in your external environment. And according to that, you can bring some changes in your processes and in your operational strategies to meet those changes. Okay. Then complex environment, I mentioned earlier, it operates in multiple markets with varying economic condition, consumer behavior, regulatory environment. This is clearly relevant. These elements are related to the pest framework. So SR helps navigate these complexity by identifying localized risk and offering tailored solution. So for each country, you will be doing analysis, and for you are giving the solution. Maybe for Arab country, the solution will be different. For Europe countries, the solution will be different. For Asian country, solution will be different. So you will be identifying localized risk and offering tailored solution according to localized risk. Okay. Then adaptability, you will be mentioning an effective SR ensure that harvest can quickly adapt to changing condition such as shifting consumer preference or global supply chain issues, helping them help the brand maintain its competitive advantage. Okay. So again, pest analysis can help you to figure out if there are any kind of the global supply chain analysis. Like after Brexit, Tesco was facing loads of challenges for supply chain because they were heavily reliant on European countries for their supply chains. So this is how you are going to you are going to make the you will be concluding your task. Okay. Then again, I have put some extra information from there how you are going to do preparing this memo. You are going to introduce, inform about involvement, encourage participant. So what kind of the point you will be considering when you will be writing memo, and some final tips I give you while you are writing this report, you will be considering these points. Okay. So any question, Kate? Okay, do you have any question?
No question.
Okay, so I will share these document with you. Okay, and if you have any question or queries for the management, so simply you just drop the message in the group.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay, okay. But also, the assignment is in the
pardon me.
modules.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. It was breaking. Your voice, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat yourself, please?
I'm asking, is the assignment is already posted in the module?
One moment. I'm just going to stop recording now.